Funko Pops suck. There is a strong hatred for Pops from people all over the world. Now, as you can tell with me, I don't really hate Pops. I've got a couple in my background there. But let me tell you some of the reasons and arguments that Funko Pop haters have for their hatred towards Funko Pops. They kind of make sense. So today I'm just going to be kind of talking about like different reasons that people hate Funko Pops, and I'm going to be giving you my opinion of them as a Funko Pop collector. And you're probably going to be surprised with what I have to say. The first reason that they hate Funko Pops is overproduction. Overproduction and oversaturation is a real thing. There's too many Pops being made, it's impossible to keep up. Limited edition fatigue is a real thing. When they release too many exclusives for a Funko Pop line, it feels like nothing is really worth anything. Like nothing is really special, and it just makes it extremely hard to complete lines. I really do agree with this. I mean, a really good example that I could think of is the One Piece Funko Pops. A couple years ago, if you were trying to complete the entire One Piece Funko Pop line, it could have done pretty easily. It would have costed a little bit of money, but nonetheless, it would have been pretty easy considering that there wasn't that many Pops in the line. Fast forward to present day, it feels like every week they're releasing a brand new One Piece Funko Pop that's exclusive, limited piece count, chase, whatever it may be. It feels like they're really oversaturating the One Piece Funko Pop line. And as someone who was actually trying to complete this line at one point, I've come to the conclusion that I probably never will, just because I'm not spending that much money on the entire One Piece line. Especially considering they're making so many different exclusive versions of characters that don't need exclusive versions, or the fact they're making really random characters from the show that not really many people ask for, especially considering there's so many other characters they still have yet to make. I definitely do understand that limited exclusive edition fatigue, whatever you may call it. It's definitely a real thing, and it definitely discourages people from actually trying to buy Pops and complete collections for whatever they want. Like also for Marvel movies, I feel like they really overproduce the amount of characters they make for a single movie. This isn't just exclusive to Marvel, obviously. This is just an idea that I thought, but for some Marvel movies and TV shows, they kind of release way too many characters for whatever it may be. Like realistically, they could honestly just do 1 or 2 different characters from the movie or show, but they end up releasing like 5 or 6 with like random characters from the background from episode 2 that were only in it for like 30 seconds. And then they wonder why they're not selling out and why they're still on the shelves like 2 years later. Overproduction definitely is an issue, and I think Funko is trying to fix this. They have mentioned this in the past that they are working on this. So I don't think it'll be an issue for too long, hopefully, if they stick to their word. But as of right now, I do understand the overproduction issue. It does get annoying when you're trying to complete lines and they release like 40 Pops a month for the line. Reason number 2 is same design, boring design, and there's better options. Big head, black eyes, small body. That's your typical look for a Funko Pop. A lot of people don't like this, and I feel like honestly, yeah, that is a typical look for a Funko Pop, but most modern Funko Pops actually kind of exceed this basic mold. Like a lot of newer Funko Pops look really cool, they're full of detail, and they don't really fit that basic big head, black eyes, small body mold. People will say the design of Funko Pops are boring and they're not really interesting, and I feel like when people say this, especially in YouTube videos that you can find online, they're like showing old Funko Pops or Funko Pops that just don't exist. I'll be the first to admit it. Some of the older Funko Pops, like some of the first Funko Pops that Funko ever made, they suck. And that's just because they were starting as a company, and back then they didn't really have like all the stuff that they have now to make better Pops. So those Pops suck. I will admit, those Pops don't look that good. But when we're talking about Funko Pops in the big year 2025, let's not bring up Pops from 2013. Let's talk about the cool, interesting molds that we have now and all the awesome artwork that Funko has been doing for these Pops. I really think Funko is passing that barrier of just a typical big head, black eyes, and small body, and they're evolving into something a lot better. Like I know people like to compare them to like other companies like Nendroids, U2s, Hot Toys, which obviously those are going to be better than Funko Pops. Those cost a lot more than Funko Pops. Like I think U2s are 30 bucks, Nendroids are like 50 to 60, maybe even more, and Hot Toys, I don't even want to mention how expensive those are. Like obviously those collectibles that cost more are going to be more detailed than your $10, $15 Funko Pop. Which this kind of leads me into my next reason which people hate Funko Pops, which is cheap materials being used and quality issues. Funko Pops do have paint smudges, box damage, and even quality control issues sometimes. But honestly, in my personal opinion, newer Funko Pops, I'm seeing less and less like paint issues. Maybe I'm just getting lucky and whatever Funko Pops I'm buying don't have paint issues, but honestly, I haven't been really seeing paint issues on Funko Pops as of recently. The box damage definitely is a real thing though. I do see box damage pretty often. This isn't necessarily Funko's fault, more or less the store that's selling it. Like if Walmart gets a shipment in of a good amount of Pops and that box gets damaged in transition to the store, yeah, that's not Funko's fault, that's Walmart's fault. I feel like that isn't an issue for me at least though, because I have most of my Pops out of the box. Like I have have these ones in box, but for the most part, my entire collection is out of the box. I have so many damaged Funko Pop boxes in my collection, but as long as the figure is fine, I don't really care. My next reason would be that people often complain that they're taking over retail space. Like, have you gone into a GameStop recently and you noticed a huge wall of Funko Pops? That's kind of the reason here as to why they hate them. They just can't escape them. No matter where you go, you'll see Funko Pops. The grocery store, Walmart, GameStop, wherever you may be, you're gonna see Funko Pops. People often complain that they leave no space for other merch or collectibles at these stores, which I kind of do understand, but at the same time, I feel like the GameStop selection of Funko Pops is just getting smaller and smaller by the day, which could be a reflection of Funko as a company as a whole, but at the same time, I don't really see an issue with them having a large sale space for their Funko Pops. But the idea that Funko isn't really leaving like space for other toys and collectibles and merch, I'm kind of on the fence with it because I do understand what like people are saying when they say that, but at the same time, that's just kind of the way it is. If you're paying more money, then you're gonna have a bigger section at the store. It's like that with everything in this world, to be honest. Another reason is storage and space issues. Not everyone is able to be like me where they have a room full of Funko Pops. Funko Pops and collecting in general does take up a lot of space, and honestly, I do understand this one a lot. Like I said, I have a room full of Funko Pops. Not everyone has that privilege. And honestly, comparing Funko Pops to other collectibles, they're probably the easiest to collect and display. Nendroids are pretty similar to this and U2s, but Hot Toys on a much larger scale, I wish you good luck. Another reason is that people just say they're cringe. There's so much hate for Funko Pops online. There's often memes, TikToks, videos, games mocking them. They're seen as really weird, nerdy obsessions online. And honestly, I don't get this opinion at all. Like, who cares if stuff is cringe? If you like collecting Lego, if you like playing games, if you like collecting Pokemon, if you like playing Pokemon, you like watching anime, people might think all of these things are cringe, but at the end of the day, if you like it, who cares what they think? So I definitely do think the opinion that Funko Pops are cringe, it's a little bit weird. And the last reason would be that Funko as a company isn't the best. There is so much press about Funko online, whether it be the mass amounts of Funko layoffs, warehouse purges, landfills, stock dips, whatever it may be, there is so much negative talk about Funko online. It's all documented and criticized so much. And honestly, I think it's kind of unfair. I think it's really coming from a point where people like just really have a hatred for Funko, so they use these things against Funko. Because let's face it, every company has these issues. But for some reason, when it comes to Funko, these issues are highlighted so much more. Like those companies that I named earlier in the video, they all have issues. Sideshow Collectibles, the company in charge of Hot Toys, allegedly has a toxic work environment according to ex-employees online. Good Smile Company, the company in charge of Nendroids, recently allegedly fired a bunch of warehouse workers without any notice. U2s themselves allegedly, as you can go online and search any of this stuff up, has a ton of controversies about different things. No company is perfect. Every company is gonna face financial issues. They're gonna face layoff issues. It's all bound to happen to these companies, especially within the collectible space, when it feels like collectibles are just becoming less and less popular throughout the years. Unless you're Pokemon cards, of course. Everyone's gonna always love Pokemon cards. But yeah, that sums up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was definitely different than my usual type of video. It's just me talking a lot, to be honest, which that's the whole point of a YouTube video, I guess. But yeah, it's a little bit different from my YouTube videos. I don't really do this kind of content too often. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know though, and maybe I'll make some more in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on next time. Peace.